New York City's. It sounded like one superstar is gone, but is it two? Me and Bam break that down right now. We are Pod.
Talk on. Talk on. Talk on.
Bam. How you, my friend?
Hello.
We're gonna just
How am
pretend
I?
like we're gonna just pretend like we haven't been yelling at each other all day.
I'm sure I'll be doing some yelling over the next 20 minutes.
All right. Let me catch everybody up. At the time of this recording, the first reporting that we heard was from Woj. Woj, who said in particular, the Nets are understand that they could be alienating Kyrie and KD. And everyone lost their shit. Hold on, I want to read exactly what he wrote because it's all right. When you read that, what were you thinking?
At that point, I didn't think, I figured KD was on board with what is going on. I no longer feel that way. But at that point in time,
Hold
I
on,
said,
hold on,
there's no.
hold on. You got to be honest with the people. You've been fucking screaming at me for like 3 days that KD is
Right.
gone too.
But this was like 4 or 5 days ago, this report. This report was draft day.
No.
Maybe even before.
The report that I'm talking about is the one that came out this morning.
Oh, okay. Yes, I'm sorry. So
Right.
originally, what I was referring to was the first original report.
Oh, okay.
That Woj said, I believe, on draft day. And at that point, I said, there's no way the Nets are dumb enough to make this type of hardline stance against Kyrie without talking to Kevin.
So what happened to you that made you think that that's changed?
I now believe that the Nets, or more so Joseph Tsai, wants to get rid of Kyrie Irving, and he wants Kevin Durant to request a trade or open the floodgates to the point where there's so many trade offers coming in, because that will happen once Kyrie's departure is official. And then he'll say, this was in the best interest of the franchise, and these were circumstances unforeseen, but we're moving forward with this group of guys we got, plus Ben Simmons.
First of all, do you understand why? So I don't even know where to start to kind of explain why that's nonsense. Let me explain something to you. One, when a billionaire buys a team, it's the asset that he's worried about losing value. When he bought the Nets for $2.2 billion, if he was just to turn around and sell it to the next billionaire, he would make $4 billion. He would sell it for $4 billion plus. He owns the building.
How do you know
he's
not preparing to sell the team?
No, he could be preparing to sell the team, but
And
the
what do you
worst thing.
usually do?
Hold on. You do not trade Kevin Durant. That never. If you're selling and you want to save money, let's think about this logically. If you're selling the team and you want to save money, right? You're going to lose money on the value of the Nets if you lose the shining asset that is the Nets. If I'm a super billionaire, if I'm a Saudi prince, I want to own the team with Kevin Durant on it. That's not logical. Like I just feel like the Nets community keeps doing this thing. This woe is me. Nothing ever good happens to me. Listen to me.
Nothing ever good does happen.
Listen. You got Kevin
No.
Durant to come to your
Nothing ever
team.
good does happen.
You got Kevin Durant to come to your team.
Who gives
Let's
a
start
fuck?
right there. So now you don't
I
give
don't
a
give
fuck.
a shit.
Now you don't give a fuck.
I want to win. I want a
You're gonna
organization
win.
to be proud of.
What have you won with Kyrie so far?
The team was going to win a title with Kyrie.
No, it can't win a title with Kyrie. He's not sturdy enough.
They couldn't win. So they couldn't. Oh, come on. Give me that shit.
What part of what I said is not right?
Well, first off, he's won a title, so.
He's won a title when he was 25. He was younger than Ben Simmons. That was a long time ago.
Huh? So why'd they sign him?
They signed him because he's a top 3 talent, basketball talent in the NBA.
But you can't win.
And they thought they can control him. They thought everything that they told us in Boston doesn't matter because our culture and our organization will be able to handle it. They were wrong. Like, you guys keep wanting to, like, beg this dude to take your money. He's told you on several different occasions basketball is not important. How are you going to give that dude everything he wants with no stipulations, with no, like, if they did that and none of this ever happened, when it goes bad, they would be like, Sean Marks is dumb. With all the signs that Kyrie gave him, how could he give him a full max?
The problem isn't the Nets' thought process. It's who they're dealing with. And we've said this before. Kyrie will leave you high and dry.
Right. He's
you know, if he's not traded, he's going to opt out and he's going to go sign with the Lakers. Do you agree?
No. I don't. I feel he's crazy, but he's not stupid. I don't think, dude, if this person is so unhinged that he's willing to give up $30 million for a team that even the next year can't give him the contract that the Nets are offering him right now, you do not want to do business with that dude.
He doesn't care about money.
If he doesn't care about money, what are we arguing about?
It's respect for him.
What are you talking about? You sound like you're 12. It's respect for him.
Kyrie Irving, in Kyrie's mind, he's thinking last year the COVID restrictions were not my fault. That's what he thinks, right? Would you agree?
Dude, when they sit in the room together, hell no.
He thinks they're his fault.
Hell no. No. Not that he thinks it's their fault. He knows the other 100 things that he does. Listen, right before COVID, they gave him a. Yes, he does. He's not accountable. He knows that he does shit. You don't think Kyrie knows he does shit?
No.
So you want to just give this unstable dude who doesn't even know he does shit $250 million? It's
not my money.
But that's the thing. You're gonna give it to him, and out to what ends? What do you think you're getting in return? You think you're getting a championship in return? You're not.
I think I have a much better chance of doing it with him than without him.
All right, so let me give you my theory. Let me give you. Hold on a second. There's plenty of plans without him. We don't know what the possible trades are.
Bricking free throws.
We don't know what the possible trades are. But hold on, before you have another outbreak, hear what I'm saying. Okay, this is important. Do you agree with me or not that Woj leaks to? I mean, that Marks leaks to Woj.
Yes.
Right? If you're Woj, even if you heard something from someone else from somewhere else, right? If you're Woj, would you ever put out information that you didn't know? Your source of all of the Nets goodies over the last 4 years. Would you ever say something on ESPN or say something, period, anywhere, out to the public that Sean Marks doesn't want you to say?
If I'm Woj?
Yes.
No, I wouldn't.
He definitely wouldn't. So when he is saying this, we don't care that's a part of the negotiation. I promise you. Hold on, Matt. Before you answer the whole thing that I'm saying. A part of Kevin Durant doesn't want to be involved. He doesn't want blood on his hands. The Nets desperately want you to know that they're making this decision and nobody else. It's nobody else. It's us. Haven't you noticed that's something that should just be the answer to the question, why are they spending so much public relation capital to make sure you know Kevin ain't in it? And that was the seemingly to me coordinated theme of his podcast too. I'm not in it. I'm not involved. I'm not a part of it. He wants you to know that for sure, because he knows there's a high likelihood Kyrie is not coming back, and he doesn't want blood on his hands. Is that crazy?
That Kevin doesn't want blood in his hands?
Correct. He doesn't want to be seen as a part of the people who made the decision to get rid of Kyrie, even though he was.
He's probably embarrassed that he left Curry for Irving. He looks like an idiot.
You kidding me? Are you kidding me? He's more embarrassed that you don't think he's more embarrassed that he picked DeAndre Jordan. You don't think that he's more embarrassed that everyone in the media is that the Golden State Warriors won a championship and everyone in the media is clowning him for choosing Kyrie?
I just said that.
Right? But he chose Kyrie. Now he could get rid of him. Now he can let him go.
For what?
We don't know for what. Let them work.
So give me a. So
I'll give you all kinds. I would love DeJounte. I would love SGA. I would love Garland. I would love a lot of things. But you're right. He doesn't have any value.
Stop it. So hold on. Exactly. You just took Woj's report. Well, Sean Marks gave him this information.
No.
Hold on. Can I finish one sentence?
Go ahead.
Who told Woj that nobody's interested in him?
The league?
Okay.
I mean, not the league. What? Excuse me. Sean Marks?
Okay, so Sean Marks told you that. You think he's lying?
No.
So then what's the end game here?
That's what I'm saying. The end game very well might be you let Kyrie walk to get $6 million somewhere else. I don't know.
And then what? And then what do you do?
And then you build from there. That's his job. They got to figure it out.
You're over the cap. They have no draft picks and no young assets. What do you do?
Listen, you cannot give Kyrie 5 years, $250 million.
No. So hold on. Don't cop out.
That you can't do. I could, but that's the thing, Bam. I could say trade with OKC, get Shy and Giddey and all the draft picks. You
can't do.
Right, you can't do that. Right, but you don't know what you can do. Maybe they're trying to find out.
So hold on. You just said though the plan may be.
I will take Ayton. I would take Ayton right now. That all of a sudden that Vegas got us as the second favorite to sign him.
And that doesn't spell well for a Kyrie trade. That seems like a Kevin Durant.
Harris?
No, Kevin Durant.
Dude, they're not fucking trading Kevin Durant. This is the most crybaby childish shit ever, yo. They're not trading him. Listen to me. It is 100% up to them. He signed for 4 years. They could put him on ice for 4 years if they wanted to. It doesn't fucking matter. They're not trading him at all. Like I cannot believe you guys felt for Kyrie taking Kevin Durant hostage.
Bro, you're sitting here advocating that it's okay to let a top 2 to 3 talent. Your words.
Who's the top 2 to 3 talent? Kyrie?
You said it, not me. You said it 10 minutes ago.
Kyrie?
You said it.
You think Kyrie's talent-wise? Okay, yes.
You said it.
Yes.
You said it 10 minutes
no,
ago.
but he's the number one of all time asshole though.
Fine, and you're advocating letting him walk out the door
to
go to the Lakers, who all of a sudden are gonna get this fucking gift again in their goddamn
He's not.
lap.
First of all, I don't know what's gonna happen, but he's not taking just $6 million.
Stop.
He might go sign with Portland or something like that. He's not taking 6 figures. Okay with what?
Hold on. Forget what he might do. You advocated for it just 5 minutes ago and said that might have to be the plan. And then you build from there. Build with what?
He built that team with no draft picks and no whatever either. I'm telling you, you're gonna get something for Kyrie.
He took shots in the dark and they worked out. It's
okay, but he's still good at it. I'd rather him be in charge, know who's in charge, and have a team that runs normal. I don't want a team that's
If
gonna
you
break
want
up
that,
every
though,
6
If
months.
you want that, and there's nothing wrong with that, if that's what you want, and there's nothing wrong with that, wouldn't the best course of action be for the franchise then to move Kevin also?
No,
Because Kevin's not going to go with that flow of, well, in a year or two,
we're not.
maybe
It's
we'll have
it's
a
they're gonna be
Paris
good
Lakers
next
to play.
year. Let me ask you a question. You
They're
saw
going to be okay.
they're going to be good next year. They're going to be. I feel like they're going to be a better team than last year. Last year was shit.
Well, first off, it's not hard to be better than 44 wins and a sweep. But the whole idea is to be good enough to win it all. And that team is not good enough.
They're not going to win it with Kyrie. They're not. They're just not, yo. It's a fantasy to think that this dude is going to get his mind right. You trade him for whatever you could get. That's where I'm at with it. I'm like this is what like this dude
You
has
all against fucking moving Darren Williams, who was a cancer in his own right, but you want to dump. You know, maybe you learned your lesson. Maybe that's what it is.
It's not just that. It's not just that, right? I've always ever since Darren Williams. That's when I stopped liking having over 30-year-old point guards because they break down. You are right. Darren Williams did teach me a lesson. However, Darren Williams has never been this divisive. Kyrie Irving makes fans hate each other. Kyrie Irving makes makes inside of the building hates each other. The coaches hate each other. The fucking team hates each other. Yo, Goran Dragic after game 4 when the series was over looked like he was shell shocked. He was like, "Yo, I'm getting the fuck out of here." You've never heard that about the Nets. Before you were hearing Louis Scola. If they ever win, they could have anybody, right? Now all of a sudden that franchise is in disarray. What the fuck happened? Like you can't pay $250 million and say more of that.
They're panicking.
You know who's panicking?
They're panicking after a bad year, and they're drawing a line in the sand at an odd time.
Dude.
Explain to me why it's okay what Ben Simmons did last year. I'll tell you what, Kyrie had.
I will explain it to you.
Kyrie had more of a leg to stand on last year than Ben Simmons' punk ass did.
No, Ben Simmons for the millionth time said how when he told a big ass NBA team, "I'm never playing for you ever again," and didn't. I don't even understand why Kyrie didn't play last year. He said, "I'm not against vaccines. I'm against mandates." What? Like, yo, they shitted on him. We were talking on Twitter when they shitted on him. I watched that game. Right, that as soon as Doc Rivers said, I don't know if he's good enough. As soon as I saw that, and then Embiid doubled down on it, goddamn, I knew he was never gonna play for him. I would never play for them again. And especially because he was the only like fucking Collins killed Embiid that night. He got 30, and they blame Simmons. This shit is crazy. I'm sorry, man.
I don't know how real this is, but there's apparently some Twitter user who's broken news in the past, saying that there's a, again, grain of salt here. We won't spend much time on it, but Heat, Nets, Suns 3-way. Kyrie to Miami, Durant to the Suns. The Nets get Hero, Ayton, Bridges, and a bunch of picks.
Yo, if we got Ayton and Bridges, son, I'm good. If
Mikal
I got
Bridges?
Ayton and Bridges, yes. I'll take Mikal or Miles.
Not the one from the Hornets.
The one from the Suns is one of their best players.
Role player.
He's a sick defender, yo. He's a great wing defender.
He can knock somebody down when we get our 31st win of the season in April.
Listen, Ayton, we've never had. The only problem with Ayton is it would clash with Ben, like Embiid clashes with Ben. Like I watched all the games of Ben playing center, playing 5. Yo, I'm so hyped about that kid. I know you don't agree with me. Nobody agrees with me. But you know what?
Not that I don't. It's less to do with him as a player. Is to me, in my eyes, he's as unreliable as Kyrie.
Listen, you can't say that about a 25-year-old. He's going to turn 26 soon.
No,
Or he just turned.
the guy spoke to the team that he was not mentally ready to play.
No,
a few
he
months
said.
ago.
Come on, man. He said that for the arbitration. He said that for the arbitration. Listen, I'll be the first one to kill James kill him if he's a punk.
You're not allowed to speculate as though it's truth. Okay, well, you're speculating as if that's true. You have no proof of that.
No, they weren't claiming mental health at all.
It would be
until
thrown out in a court of law.
It's going to arbitration. The arbitration hearing is set.
Right, but you have no proof that his mental health that he was claiming to with the Nets.
No, I'm just saying that at first
you can't prove that.
Listen, I'll show you how the timeline of events. He said he wasn't going to play. He was at the practice. He wasn't trying. He wasn't doing anything. He told him he wanted out again. Then they said, we're going to fine you for the games.
He sugarcoated it. He went to the practice and acted like a fucking baby is what he did. And refused to go in drills. That's what happened. Continue.
That is true. And
he acted like a punk bitch, correct?
No. He acted like a motherfucker that said, I'm never playing. I'm never. You know what? Especially, you just reminded me why I support Ben so much. Doc Rivers is the worst douchebag on earth. And he deserves this. Like, I can't watch what happens in 22, 23. You'll see. You're not going to give me any credit, though. But you'll see. You'll see. Doc Rivers is garbage, yo. When I saw he didn't get fired, I was like, oh, man, this is so great. This is how the Sixers are going to flame out. But, listen.
Oh, the Sixers are going to flame out.
Son, we're not losing Kevin Durant. You think Kevin Durant is going somewhere this year? Maybe if next year is a disaster, he could ask out in the trade deadline or something like that. But Kevin Durant will be at practice in the park. They will be asking him, and he will answer just like he did during COVID. I can't tell that man to do what he wanted to do. He didn't want to be here no more. God bless him. We got some parts back. We'll see. He's always going to be my best friend. He's always going to be my little buddy. I love him. But, hey, NBA is a business. That's exactly what Kevin Durant is going to tell you when he interviews for practice in the park. He's going to tell you exactly that. Hey, sorry to see him go. You know Kyrie is a talent, but I didn't have anything to do with it. I wasn't involved. That's between him and Sean Marks. But, yo, he's in a better place now. I hope him all the success. That's what you're going to get. I bet you. Wait for it to happen, Matt. Wait for it to happen. You'll see. You'll see. All right.
This franchise looks absolutely foolish right now.
No, they don't. The only people
battle with an invalid child, and they're losing.
How are they
Everyone
losing?
Is laughing at the Nets.
For what? They haven't. Nothing's happened. Nothing's happened. Everyone is going. Listen,
this is the Harden shit all over again.
The Harden shit was the greatest shit that happened to the Nets. That shit saved the Nets.
The Nets next week.
Huh? Say it again.
Will Kyrie be on the Nets next week?
Yes.
Well, then you should be very upset.
I'm not thrilled, but I know that's probably the way it's gonna go.
That's bad news according to you.
Yes, it would be horrible news according to Yves Darbouz.
So the Nets can't win a championship next year because Kyrie will be on the team.
That's true. Sadly,
well,
that's what the last 3 years have shown us.
If I were you, I'd be beating the drum. Let him go. Trade him for whatever you can get.
I'm not beating the drum, but I'm predicting what will happen. Nobody wants him. Nobody who has cap space is a place he would want to go. They've offered him 2 years at the max, which is sensible, right? $38 million 1 year, $50 million the next year, almost $50 million the next year, right? That's a win. You mean to tell me he's not going to take it? If he doesn't take it, thank you, Jesus, he's gone. We out of here. We're going to be just fine. And that's how I feel. I feel even Kevin Durant is in on it.
I'm not saying this to insult you.
No, you can't insult me because you know why? Because eventually someone's going to be wrong and someone's going to be right.
I'm giving you a heads up.
Okay.
Okay. You're not a fan of the New Jersey Nets. You're about to be.
Y'all not moving back to New Jersey. How? You're not moving back to New Jersey.
I just don't understand. This franchise did so much work to get in the position just to have these kind of players.
Right. And they learned.
I totally understand.
Go ahead.
Man.
No,
this
go
is
ahead.
a role reversal. Usually I'm the interrupter.
Go ahead, man.
And yes, I there's nothing wrong with having institutional control. And you know what? The Nets tried to exhibit that control last year when they sent him away and said, if you're not here full time, you can't play. Nice. But what did they do? They fucking folded.
They caved and it destroyed their team. They caved to Kyrie and it destroyed their team. If they never caved,
if Kyrie Irving walks out this door and they get 40, 50 cents on the dollar, they get nothing back in return. This isn't if, it's an hypothetical. There's situations where maybe they get 80% on the dollar, and I could talk myself into, you know what, that 80% with a better continuity and a commitment to the franchise could be a positive. I'm not dismissing that exists. But if it's 40 or 50 cents on the dollar, or 0 cents on the dollar, the next move is Durant is going to eventually say, and yeah, he'll probably play the year out because he's not going to want to look like a chump. But eventually he's going to be like, yo, it's in your best interest to get something for me now before I rupture my Achilles again and I'm worthless. And it's my best interest to go somewhere where I can take these last 2-3 years of my prime and try to put a run together.
You know
We're
what?
Not getting out of different conference.
You know what? We don't disagree.
Ben Simmons and Steph Curry.
We don't disagree much, Bam. We don't disagree much at all, because I'm of the mind that 80 cents on the dollar is what you should be looking for. I don't know what deal is out there, right? But if you could get 80 cents on the dollar, like let's say you could get Ayton and Bridges and picks, or Ayton and Cam Johnson and lots of draft picks, I would take that. I would take that in a heartbeat, and just build around that. You have a point guard in Ben. You need a backup. You'd have a center in Ayton. You'd need a backup, and I think they could build around that. My only question is, or my only thing that I would be against is if they said nothing, if they learned nothing from last year. That's been my motto. Okay, we failed, learn from it. Go inside that building, figure out why you got here, and excise that from your organization.
At the end of 2020?
Right, but that's the thing. You have to learn from it. Right?
You have to hope is that something like COVID isn't going to hit again, that Kyrie has to sit out.
Kyrie. Matt, do you believe?
Hold
on a second. Do you believe that COVID is the only crazy thing Kyrie did since he's been here?
No, but it was the major thing that broke their back and they're guarding again.
All right, no.
Something like that happening again is very unlikely.
Dog, that's not. It's always going to be something. It's always going to be something. Remember,
you can't point to another point in his career.
January 6th.
To that extent, he missed what? 4 games?
2 weeks.
So what was that? 4 or 5 games?
And
who gives a shit?
2 weeks.
It was immaterial.
It was material. It caused it. Other dudes are in that locker room watching. Okay, other people are.
Fuck off. I don't give a shit what he thinks.
This is why. Do you understand? This is why. Like you were so pissed when Harden left. This is why Harden left. I don't understand. Nike, Harden, the Nets. Everybody is exhausted with this dude.
Right.
I don't understand why you can't see it.
The Nets need him more than other people.
No. Nobody needs that. Every team that he's left, he's gotten better.
It's like, you're like, well, if he's gone, Durant will be on the Nets next year. We're like, so fucking what? Yeah, he will, but he's going to eventually be gone. And I would argue if Kyrie walks out that door with no suitable assets coming back, now is the time to trade Kevin, before something bad happens, and you can't trade him.
Listen, that might be the case. That sounds like something that could happen, right? But here's what's not going to happen. They're not going to not have control of their team. Listen, the Heat had the most.
They're real tough guy.
Who are you talking about? The Nets?
The Nets,
so like
real tough. They got
they
control of their
can't.
team.
So
Who
don't
else-
stand. So
who's
what
the
you're saying?
Lakers
Just
the last
be.
5 years?
So just be Kyrie's bitch and just bend over for him all day long. Just let him run the
I'm
team.
not betting over for him.
Let Kyrie Irving run the team. That's your choice. That's your winning
I'm
formula.
I'm bending over for Kevin Durant, not for Kyrie Irving.
No, but you have to bend over for Kyrie first. You have to bend over for Kyrie first.
Hey, listen, if Kevin wants to pit me out, so be it.
Dude, come on, man. Kevin, listen.
That's what it is.
James
That's
Harden.
what's at stake here.
James Harden went to KD and was like, yo, we can't win with this dude. You're not going to talk to him? You're not going to lead him? You're not going to make him go the right way? No. Because of that, we are here. Harden knew to leave. We should know too. Come on, man. I love you, dude. You're my guy.
Or maybe,
100%.
Harden said, "Oh, the Nets are going to start playing hardball with me too."
His contract. They never took his contract off the table, which is the most hilarious thing about this whole thing.
Well, we don't know that. We don't know what happened throughout the course of the year.
No, when we do know that because when they asked him preseason, he said, "Nah, I'm just trying to think about what I want to do. I want to see what's going to happen. But most likely, I'm most likely going to be here." You don't remember those comments? He turned it down. It didn't get pulled off the table from him.
Yeah, but by mid-season, when he was no longer playing well, the conversation may have changed.
No, the conversation changed when Kyrie came back and he said, "I'm gonna give him the vax myself." And they must have went in that locker room and had a few words. After they had those few words, James Harden was like, "I need to get the fuck up out of here."
Well, apparently not, because Kyrie would go to play with Philly.
No, you think when Shantalia,
You think we could get?
you think
James
Shantalia,
back?
you think Shantalia knew what the teams were that she was saying he would go to? She just was like, "Oh, Philly, he could drive there
This whole
from
thing is
Orange."
a disaster. A disaster. This is a disaster of epic proportions. This is
No,
not
it's
how
not.
this is supposed to be.
We so good.
Yes, it is. They are the biggest failure super team of all time.
Kevin Durant's gonna win 2 championships here in New York.
Yeah,
You'll
it's
see.
fucking nuts.
You'll see. You could
Yeah.
you could just go boo-hoo with all the
You know
New
what,
Jersey
for
Nets
anyone
fans.
listening, and
I don't have any
guarantee you
problem.
A lot of people, I guarantee you, a lot of people who don't like us are listening.
Mm-hmm.
I guarantee it, and I just want to say to those people, I know you're listening.
They are.
Hashtag Panic in October. It doesn't matter. The team doesn't care. The players don't. I'll tell you what, in that locker room, they ain't talking about Kyrie.
Right.
I heard it all before. It's just unbelievable.
Yo, those
Yeah,
dudes
we'll
have
have
never
to-
been in a locker room before. That's why, like, when we disagree, you know what I mean? I respect you and Kool-Aid so much because y'all at least play ball at a high level. Y'all played basketball on a level only 2% of the world gets to play. You know, as much as you like to.
Clarity, just for clarity, lumping me in with Clay. He played D1. I played D3.
He played overseas. Yeah, but
Clay was a different brand of ball than I played.
Nah, man. Just like my son's coach told me the other day when they handed out, I sponsored their team jackets, their varsity jackets, and he was like, if you get one of these, you're special. You're one of those guys, right? You're not just one of those guys. You're like, all county dude. You're.
Hey, man. I was 5'8". I'm 5'8". I'm white. I don't have the longest of limbs besides my kickstand. I think I took it about as far as I could.
Man, I know you know your fucking ball. We're gonna get through this, dog. I need you to put your Nets and Rossies aside.
I'm gonna ask you one last question before we go here. Explain to my 66-year-old father, who'll be 67 in January, in the middle of next season, why he should have faith in this organization.
I'm gonna tell you why, and I want him to hear this, and I want him to know that he's a hero to me. By the way,
He's gonna wave you. He's gonna wave it like at all the time. He's gonna and wave his hand.
of course, but I still think I have a lot of respect for your dad. I want to be a dad like that. But the reason why you should be excited is because the Nets are restoring institutional control to their team. They are becoming an organization.
The Cavaliers?
Said it again?
Did the Cavaliers have institutional control?
Yeah, it was called LeBron James.
Right. Well, so no, they didn't. Is what the answer. Neither did the Lakers.
Every team needs that figure that where the buck ends. On the Heat, it's Pat Riley. On the Nets, it should be Sean Marks, but it really was KD. It really was KD. And no, but KD doesn't want to be that guy. You know what I mean? So
who also can't be Steve Nash because he's not that guy either.
He's not. This is Sean Marks' team. Remember those guys were saying Sean Marks was going to quit after the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? Like Sean Marks loves this team. This is his team. This is his piece of artwork, and he's getting control back. And now that he has control back, we could become a normal organization. We can have a preseason where we all play together and we install offense and defense. We can have a training camp. We can have a preseason where we can work on that. We can have a regular season where there's continuity. The team gets to know each other, gets to understand how to fix their flaws, may add a player here or there, may adjust a player here or there. But what you want to be is a cohesive unit by January. And by January, you want to start showing signs that you're a great team. That's what this team is going to be able to do for the first time since Kyrie Irving has been here. We will restore institutional order. We'll be a great organization again. Oh, give me a stat. You want a statistic?
40%.
What do you mean by 40%?
What is Ben Simmons going to shoot from the free throw line?
He's going to shoot 68%. Yeah.
That's wishful thinking.
Yeah. Yeah, he's going to shoot 68%. Corver's going to get in the gym. Look, 25-year-olds get better. They get better. I've been saying that to you forever. 25-year-olds get better. Unless their body betrays them or this back is worse than we thought. I'm telling you, man, this guy he's not like Kyrie in the sense of Kyrie has all kinds of other ideas and things he wants to do. Ben Simmons just plays basketball, drives fast cars, and plays Call of Duty. Like, that's all he does, quite literally. He's just a big kid in a prototype basketball player's body. I think Steve Nash is going to be incredible for him. I think running this offense is going to be incredible for him. It's going to let him run around, keep the dribble drive in, kick out to the three-point shooters. We're asking Ben to be Ben. At the Sixers, they wanted Ben to be Scottie Pippen. Well, he's probably more Scottie, but less on the offensive side. And they didn't want to give him any time. He's the part of the process. He had to come up spades. The pressure was ridiculous. Here, he just has to play against KD and do the things that he's great at already, and he will. I feel good about it.
And this is my last comment. I think that you're the equivalent of a 16-year-old who hasn't had his heart broken yet. That's the stage you're in as a Net fan.
No, you're wrong. My heart is broken right now.
Your armpits are about to get real stinky for the next few years. You're not going to be changing. You're going to put some weight on. You're going to get some zits. And you're going to be downloading a lot of porn. And that's
man.
That's the end of this episode for me.
If they get 80% for Kyrie or he comes back, I'm more worried that he comes back than what they get back for him, to be honest. But that's just me. I got to be me, man. I'll never forget that night when I said this Celtic trade fucking stinks, and everybody kept on tweeting at me, they're two Hall of Famers. 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 And I kept on saying, you don't trade young for old. You don't trade for players on the other side of that hill, right? Once you get over the hill, you know what you are. NBA players age like milk. Well, with the same vim and vigor, I'm saying it again. We're going to be fine, Brooklyn Nets fans. We are Pod Thorn. For my man Bam Bam, Pass First 11 on Twitter, I am Yves Darbouz, and we are Pod Thorn.
Pod Thorn. Pod Thorn. Pod Thorn.